Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Damon Rich. Damon Rich speaks. Hey guys, just want to take a moment. We're on day 7 of our fasting and prayer challenge for men, and just wanted to share a quick nugget of encouragement, something to reflect on throughout the day. As I was up this morning in my prayer time, in my reading and meditation, reading the Word of God, I was in First Kings. Just started in First Kings, first chapter, and I came across an interesting story. I didn't even realize, I didn't know why I was reading First Kings, but I started reading First Kings, and it's at the beginning of First Kings, or chapter 1 of First Kings. You have David is getting old. David is about to die, and there's a lot going on there. But as David is about to die, some things happen that I think we need to take note of as leaders in our home that will help us understand what it truly takes, what God is truly looking for, or the place that God is truly looking for us to lead from as leaders of our home. So David is dying. They bring forth a young virgin to try and keep him warm. He can't keep warm no matter how many covers they put on him, all these things. And as he's languishing, as he's, getting weaker and weaker or what have you, his one of his sons decides, I'm going to be king and I'm just going to basically take it. So he goes ahead and starts basically his own coronation ceremony. He's celebrating. He invites everyone but Solomon. He invites everyone to this feast but Solomon and Nathan. And so he's off having his feast, and when he got ready to prepare his feast, he took chariots and he had this grand display of, hey, I'm king. And so Bathsheba and Nathan went to David and they said, hey, do you know that your son has decided he's king? I thought you said Solomon was going to be king in your stead when you left. And David said about some things and he gave some instruction. And this is what I found really important. And this is the crux of what it's going to take for us to lead our homes. And then I want to explain what that means, because it might sound like we're leading from a place of weakness, but actually we are going to be leading from a place of pure strength. So here we are. We have the one son who has gone down, and he has chariots. He has a grand display. He has everyone around him oohing and ahhing because he is the second oldest after Absalom, and Absalom is dead at this point. And so he's looking and he's like, yeah, I'm the man, and he's got everyone around stroking his ego. He's the man. And what happens? What happens? So he goes and he's doing his celebration. Solomon, Nathan, or Bathsheba and Nathan come to David, and David says, "Listen, I want you to put Solomon on my mule." Sounds reminiscent, right? When we think about Jesus and how he entered the city. And I want you to let him ride my mule and go down and do these things, and we will declare him as a king, essentially. I said he's going to be king. I'm declaring him as king as God's instructions. What does that tell me? That, after Solomon rode the mule, the word got back to the other son. The other son was like afraid and terrified. He went and ran and grabbed hold of the altar. That was a sign of, hey, you can't kill me. Just, do certain stuff to me if I lay my hands on the horn of the altar. Solomon eventually spared his life in chapter 1. If he said if he didn't find any evil in him, he ended up sparing his life. But what does this tell me about us leading our homes? It tells me that my crown doesn't make me king. My humility does. My crown does not make me king. My humility does. In my home, if I am going to be the leader of my home, my crown is not what makes me king. It is the demonstration of my humility. It is when I choose to ride a mule overriding a chariot. It is when I follow the right order of things instead of forcing my own way. That's where we have to lead from. And it may seem, because when we hear the word humility, we think weak, but I want you to understand Christ put down his crown and picked up his humility, exercised his humility. And that caused God to elevate his name above all other names. So I want you to understand, brothers, that it is not weakness to display humility, especially in our homes. Humility instead of arrogance. So this day, let our prayer be, God, help us to lay down our arrogance, pick up our humility, so that we can lead our homes from your plan and not our own. All right, that's all I have for you today. God bless you. And we're going to continue on this fasting and prayer challenge, brothers. I'm with you. If you slip, you don't get it. Like, this is the last 8-hour day. Tomorrow we shift into the 10-hour day. And I'm praying for you. You continue to pray for me. Until next video, God bless.